Do 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 do.
Banana.
Do 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 do.
Banana.
Do 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 do. Yeah, and all that stuff.
And so on.
And scene.
I
Yeah.
didn't have to use the little voice box for that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
You know what I'm
Good.
super saying? Let's see.
Kamehameha. It's not as good. Not as good.
That's what it sounds like when the devil does that voice.
Hardly distinguishable.
I kind of Frank Welkery.
Little bit.
High pitched critter voice.
Uh-huh.
Hello, Panky.
Gloomer.
CJ knows what I'm talking about.
Of course I do.
Gloomer. I believe this is also the voice he used for Scooter on the Gerbots. Leader one, look out!
Yes.
You know.
All right. Clearly, Greg wants to get going.
Oh, he's in a big rush.
He's all business.
Well, we called him here from his big bowling match.
That's pretty mean.
What?
Just
You're wearing
saying,
a bowling
that's
shirt.
pretty mean.
You're wearing a bowling shirt.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Hello and welcome to episode 940 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from Canada. Up in Canada.
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 Oh, his name is Mr. Greg Seward. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going there, sir?
Just got in from Prince Edward Island and boy, are my arms tired.
I see.
Were you attending a Real Big Fish concert?
Was that a Prince Edward Island band?
No, I'm just
No.
going with your outfit.
Still harping on that.
I still don't get it.
Yeah. Well, welcome back. How long does it take you to round trip it to go to PEI from there?
It depends where you're going on the island. It's like a 3.5 hour drive.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. Well, that's just long enough to be annoying.
That's enough
It's
of
long
a
enough
haul.
to be. It's long enough to be a thing. Yeah, for sure.
And then they have to deal with us afterwards.
I know.
You don't want to do that.
That's the
like
hardest
we're
part, to be honest.
Two kids in the car saying, when are we going to be there? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Yeah.
Okay. And joining me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
Hello.
How's it going?
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. How are you?
I am good.
Good.
Turkey Day in the US
Yeah.
was good. Was very good.
Glad to hear it.
Enjoyed it.
Good.
We ordered, we sometimes, well, we normally do this as a family. We order Thanksgiving dinner from like a place that will just give us a bunch of food, and then we
So you
heat
don't
it
have to
up.
cook it.
So we don't have to cook it.
You get the iconic turkey and
Thanksgiving.
dressing and all the fixins.
Yeah, but
Without
somebody
the-
else made it
Without the hassle.
without the hassle.
I gotcha.
Exactly. Yeah, and so we got a turkey. It was a smoked, we got it from this barbecue place,
Okay.
and it was smoked
Nice.
turkey.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Got a huge portion of stuffing and mac and cheese and cranberry sauce and cornbread and all this stuff. And,
Right.
it was absolutely delicious. I am still whittling away at the leftovers. My daughter apparently doesn't like leftovers.
What?
She told me this weekend she only wants to eat fresh food.
So
Wow.
Subway.
Hello,
Fresh.
Mrs. Fancy Pants.
Where is
This, of
fresher?
course, while we were in line at the Burger King drive-thru.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's flame broiled and fresh.
Now,
Like you do.
Now, I mean, there are some foods.
And she really enjoyed the turkey. She really enjoyed the turkey on Thanksgiving, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, let's keep this rolling.
Well, see, this is
What
the thing.
what am I made of money here? I'm gonna
like
go to Burger King every time you want Burger King.
Some foods don't reheat as well as
That's
others.
True. That is true.
But
that is true.
But turkey
does.
Turkey does.
Well, more so than reheating well. Turkey is very good just out of the fridge.
Exactly.
That's why everyone's always like, I love
turkey.
I can't quit cold turkey.
Yeah.
Because you want to keep eating it.
And and all the sandwiches and everything. Like it's a Miracle Whip.
Yeah.
Turkey, bread. It's good. It's good stuff.
I mean, I'm no fan of Miracle Whip, but you do you.
I enjoy the mayo or the Miracle Whip.
Two different things.
That's true.
Equally terrible in my eyes, but
I enjoy them.
But I'm glad you have the perfect condiment.
I do.
To complement your cold turkey sandwich.
Yeah. Pretty good.
But yeah, I don't get
I'm banned for like. Is this for liking Miracle Whip?
It's for liking Miracle Whip.
Well,
you know that's
what
not
about
where
the
cold turkey phrase
tangy
comes from,
zip of Miracle Whip?
What's that?
You know that's not where the cold turkey phrase comes from, right?
It's exactly. Of course it does. You put turkey in the fridge after Thanksgiving, and then you can't stop eating it. I can't quit cold turkey.
Okay.
I don't think that's how that goes.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly
not
how
at all. That's not even how the phrase is used.
Listen, Greg, you don't understand this because you're not an American, and you don't understand our Thanksgiving traditions.
Moving in and taking land from other people is
exactly.
Yeah,
we couldn't quit it.
That I believe,
and
because back in the day they didn't have any refrigeration, they couldn't quit.
Exactly.
Cold turkey.
They had to salt. They had to salt their food to preserve it back then.
I don't like my salt on my turkey.
Well,
you don't?
And that's where the phrase salty comes from, because there was one guy who didn't like it, so they called him salty. Old salty
turkey.
Yep.
Cold salty turkey.
Yep.
Couldn't quit it.
That's right. Nope. Couldn't do it. But it was a very good.
This has been quite a history lesson.
And eating leftovers the entire weekend. Me eating leftovers,
right?
And then making a pizza or popcorn chicken or going to Burger King for my daughter. Yeah, because she didn't.
So she doesn't like cold turkey, but she likes Burger King.
See, that's weird.
I don't know,
because nobody should like Burger King.
And you know your boy loves trash food.
Yeah, but
even I'm like,
I can't.
Burger
really
King
do
is
Burger King regularly.
Is the last available choice.
It's okay. It depends what sort of location you have in your area.
If the location if the location is a Burger King,
it's most
is that what you're
likely
saying? Then it's not
a very good food. Burger King. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of garbage food.
Yeah.
Did you get that thing I sent you? Over the Slack? It turns out that right now the International House of Pancakes, aka IHOP, for those in the know, are having a collaboration, a cross-promotional extravaganza with Microsoft and their popular Xbox brand.
Yep.
And you can go in to an IHOP restaurant.
They're not doing physical discs anymore, but you can get physical pancakes.
Which are disc shaped.
Disc shaped.
So you can
put it in your Xbox.
If you have an Xbox with the disc drive, maybe it'll play Sneak King 2.
It could.
I mean, I don't know why it would. IHOP's not affiliated with Burger King.
Yeah, that's weird. That was a weird.
But there's no harm trying.
Why not?
I feel like there could be a lot of harm trying.
Player One Podcast is not responsible for any harm that befalls your Xbox by attempting
or your pancakes.
Or your. Which one is the worst loss?
pancakes.
I mean, pancakes are delicious,
especially if you've got some maple syrup to put on them.
Oh well, yeah. But yeah, they're doing an Xbox promotion where you can get themed Xbox food that's tied into the new Indiana Jones game.
Is this food an Xbox?
It's only on Xbox, and it is an Xbox.
The food is an Xbox.
Yeah. You can get tying into Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. You can get the Great Circle of Cinnamon, which is some cinnamon French toast.
That's good.
Yeah. You can get Buried Treasure, but buried is spelled berry like the fruit.
No, some guy named Barry.
Yeah. BERRY''D.
Oh, so not even spelled. Wow.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are multiple long lost cookie butter milkshake.
Okay.
Which seems a bit of a stretch.
That's weird. They just threw long lost in front of anything there. That doesn't mean anything.
Well, how about this? Explorers caramel apple butter hot chocolate.
Well, I mean, famously, there were some expeditions to the Far East to find the caramel butter.
Yeah. And this was the drink they had to give them the fast energy they needed.
Yes.
So
a little more historically correct, but anyway.
Yeah.
But in addition to the themed food, you can earn via their application. They have an application for your mobile device that lets you earn reward points, which can then be exchanged for merchandise like branded mouse
where the real money from the movie is made.
And collector's cups.
Yeah,
featuring.
I love these collector's cups though. They're great.
Well, are they like are they real glass? Are we like is this a throwback to when like McDonald's used to do actual glass?
I don't know if they're real glass because the recent McDonald's collector's cups were plastic
or a pale imitation of what they were in the 80s.
Unless you were in Canada, in which case they were actually glass.
Toast looks terrible. Scroll back up.
Yeah, look at that.
That looks really gross.
We are now looking.
The shake looks good. The long lost shake looks good.
Yeah, we are now looking at their website for those just listening. You can win. Look at that blue.
That Xbox is pretty cool.
Drippy Xbox that has the IHOP logo on it.
That little video game chimney.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I bring this up to you, CJ, specifically because one of the collector's cups is indeed the Sea of Thieves branded.
That's right.
Look at that.
Check that out.
There's a Flight Sim one, a Sea of Thieves one, a Halo Infinite, and an indie one.
I feel like those cups really all they're pointing out is how narrow Microsoft's AAA game lineup is.
They couldn't have done Avowed.
I mean, you got Halo Infinite there. How old's that game?
I mean, I'll tell you what though, if you ask someone name an Xbox franchise, the first thing they're going to say is Halo.
Well,
that's definitely true. You can get look at this mouse pad.
Oh, look at those Xbox themed.
It's a pancake. It's a plate of pancakes with the syrup forming the iconic Sea of Thieves skull.
Actually, this gift card. Yeah.
Oh, is that the gift card? But I believe it's the same pattern that's on the mouse pad.
Oh, yes. There it is.
So there you go. You need that.
I wouldn't mind the Sea of Thieves collector cup.
As a bona fide
strong word.
I don't know about
Thieves fan.
Though. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Really? You're going to be on eBay looking for that Sea of Thieves cup.
I might actually, because I did look at the calculation of how much food you'd have to buy in order to get all of the cups.
Oh, did you really?
I was like, there's no chance I spend that much on IHOP food.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and apparently it's like you get like a random cup or something like.
There must be a way to just buy the one
in the app,
want, right?
in the app, you can select which cup you want.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can? Oh, okay. Well, then
Yeah.
I'm all turned
Well,
around.
that
on
changes
the subject.
everything.
They're
Yeah.
they're releasing different ones.
Oh,
I can't.
I think
believe
there
we've
may
been
be like
talking
one a
about this
week
for
or
like
something.
10
I don't
minutes
know.
now.
But
well, I'm tempted, Phil.
well, there you go.
Tempted. Very tempted.
I mean,
I
worst
have
case
an
scenario,
IHOP nearby. I could do it.
you eat some French toast.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Oh, but not that French toast in the picture. That looked gross.
See, we just did Thanksgiving, and I'm trying to eat healthier in general.
Why?
Uh-huh.
And
It's
Thanksgiving
Christmas,
kinda,
bro.
Thanksgiving
You're not gonna
kind of
eat
screwed that
healthier?
up.
French toast has essential grains.
Well, okay.
Essential syrup,
It's made with
eggs.
There's protein. If you tell you what, you get
Bacon,
the
sausage.
buried treasure one.
Yeah.
There's your fruit for the day. This is all food pyramid, man.
Gold. This is gold.
It's all a food pyramid.
Wow. Well,
Foundational breakfast.
Yeah,
I'll think about it.
you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Should we?
and you'll bring home a sweet Sea of Thieves collectible glass.
You can give that to your daughter.
You know,
put
I
it right in the
still-
will.
I do have some collectible cups back from the 80s.
You have your little Garfield mug from McDonald's.
I have some.
I
Muppet
have
cups from
Garfield
the
mugs.
McDonald's.
I have the Great Muppet Caper and Muppets Take Manhattan cups.
Yep.
I think I have some Charlie Brown cups as well. From
Now those are all out of circulation, right? You're not actively drinking out of those.
I'm not actively drinking out of those.
Okay, because you know they did find in recent years there's maybe a little more lead than you'd want in the paint.
Wait, what's the
Oh,
acceptable amount of lead that you would want in the paint?
I'm gonna guess.
I mean, you're not
zero.
drinking from the outside of the cup.
I mean, glass is I don't, it leaks.
What are you licking the
Yeah.
cup?
It seeps through. I don't know.
I don't think it does.
I don't think it does.
You
I don't
hold
think
it with
does,
your
but I'm still-
hands.
I'm not going to chance it though.
I mean, that's you know what, Greg? Go nuts, man. Go use all your Garfield
Listen,
McDonald's
don't
mugs
shove
you
your
want.
woke ideology on me. I'll imbibe as much
God,
poison
dude.
as I want.
Don't even joke.
Because Greg's proud to be an American.
Do you know there's a Canadian version of that song?
Oh,
Is it?
By
I'm
the-
proud to be a Canadian.
It's exactly what it is.
Oh, okay.
He made
it's changed
versions
one word.
of that song. What is it? Is it who's the singer of that song?
Oh,
I forget who wrote
Boy,
it.
I don't know.
He is a celebrity. Like he's had hits.
yeah.
I want to say Steve Winwood, but that's not right.
No.
Garth Brooks.
Steve Winwood.
I don't know why I thought that. But anyway,
Yeah,
he
Michael
did.
McDonald.
He's done. Yeah.
I'm proud to be an
I hear
American.
If I hear
Lee
Yamo be there one
Greenwood.
more time, or Yamo burn this place to the ground. Yeah, Lee Greenwood. That's it.
Okay.
But he did different versions for different countries. That's how patriotic that song is. He did.
It's not
So
at all.
there is a Canadian version.
So I'm looking because the only part of that song I know is "I'm proud to be an American."
Yeah.
Where at least I know I'm free. I was not aware of any
With
of the
an
other lyrics.
asterisk.
But I'm looking here, like he name checks Minnesota, Tennessee, Texas,
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, Houston. I assume those are all replaced with Canadian cities and or provinces.
Most likely.
I don't live in Alberta, so I've probably never heard it. But yeah, so it's called "God Bless Canada."
Okay.
It's sung to the same tune.
Okay.
I'm proud to be in Canada, or at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died who gave that right to me. So that's the same. Those are the same
It's the
lyrics.
same, yeah.
That's
Yeah, and there it goes. From the shores of Nova Scotia to the forests in BC, Montreal to Winnipeg, from sea to shining sea.
there
There
we
we
go.
Detroit, we can see her
Oh,
above the USA. Because there's pride in every Canadian heart, and it's time to stand and say.
Love how he got lazy. And we're
It's
just like,
so
we'll
ridiculous.
sneak Detroit in there anyway.
Yeah, it's so because it's become such an anthem, obviously, down in the US to find out that he just mixed and matched some lyrics and released it for other countries.
Kind of ran out of cities that he knew.
Yeah.
in
Well,
Canada.
I mean, there was some pretty deep cuts there. I mean, BC and Winnipeg. Come on.
Yeah.
Then he just starts talking about the U.S. again.
And then, I guess you can sue Detroit from Canada. If the
I mean, you can.
On a clear
You
day.
can actually, because you just take a bridge and you're in Detroit. I mean, there's.
okay. Well, then
right
there you
there.
go.
Yeah. There you go. The more you know.
Does it mention how you guys got the good half of the Niagara Falls?
No, because that'd be a little bit too anti-American, I think.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. It is true though. You guys got the good half
Oh, I'm not disagreeing.
of Niagara Falls.
There you go.
What
All right. Well, geez, should we talk about some video game?
are you talking?
Why
We've been talking about like Indiana
why
Jones
start
and Sea
now?
of Thieves
I guess that's true.
And Halo Infinite
and Halo Infinite.
Halo Infinite. Well, there is a rumor
in delicious cup form.
that Sony is apparently planning a new PlayStation handheld.
Oh,
It's in the early stages of development, and it will be capable of playing PlayStation 5 games because they want to.
There's a rumor that Sony's ready to relearn the same lesson for the third time.
Well, this would be not a separate platform, but
Okay.
it would be playing PS5 games. So
so this
the
is
second
different than the
time.
Portal.
different than the Portal, yeah. And apparently, Bloomberg wrote that the product is aimed at expanding Sony's reach and contending with Nintendo for the portable gaming market, according to people familiar with its development.
This has always worked really well. Like I remember when Sony
for anybody
really went
who's
after
trying to do
motion control to emulate Nintendo. That was pretty successful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then the portable, the PSP and the Vita, famously very successful platforms. Actually, the PSP was pretty successful. But, sure, let's do that again. Why not?
I'm like,
Why
so
not?
would this plug into a dock, and I could use it on my TV like a PS5?
There's no other information in this, and to me, this report almost is one of those. Hey, there's going to be a Street Fighter 8 sort of. Yeah, I mean, of course, Sony's
Given
working
enough
on
time.
various hardware incarnations. Yeah, they'd
Yeah,
be silly not to.
Yeah.
And with Steam Deck handheld PCs like doing very well, like it'd be silly not to be working on something. Whether or not it'll actually ever be released as a real product, that's a completely separate thing, right? Because
I got a hot new scoop for you, CJ.
they have the PlayStation Portal, and that seems to be selling like hotcakes that don't have Xbox logos on them.
See how I set you up for that earlier?
Wow.
Yes.
Sega, CJ, if you want a scoop,
Yeah.
Sega.
All right, give me a scoop.
Sega is currently in the early stages of development of the next entry in the Sonic the Hedgehog series.
No, here's what you do with that. You say, not only are they developing the next Sonic, they're
Yeah.
developing 2 Sonic games.
Oh my
at
God.
one time. Imagine that.
Sounds
Will
just
they
crazy
be
enough for
released simultaneously?
No,
That is yet to be seen.
no.
But
There won't be what was that day where they released Sonic and Knuckles and CD? And didn't they have like a day where they released 3 different Sonic
Sonic
games?
and Knuckles
like,
and
right
CD
around
did
the
not
same.
come out at the same time.
I know, but they had a day.
Did Sonic
where-
Tuesday?
Sonic Tuesday, yeah.
That was like worldwide, but that was just Sonic 2. And it also didn't
Maybe.
really happen because Japan released it early. But
I thought they did have a day where they released multiple Sonic games.
was there?
they might have, but I don't remember what it was.
Interesting
Mortal
day,
Monday? Could it have been Mortal Monday? You're
It
thinking?
was probably Mortal Monday.
Could have been. Yeah. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
Sony working on something. Although, hey, the Portal is proven to be pretty popular. So,
You know what they could do?
what could they do? Tell me.
Sony's new handheld system.
Yeah.
You know what they should call it?
What?
The Switch 3.
Yep.
Just leapfrog.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
they probably can't
Nintendo.
use Switch 2. Nintendo probably has that already.
I
but-
call it the PlayStation Switch.
The play switching. Is that?
And then their campaign can be switched to PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then when Nintendo
Oh.
sues, that will be their excuse. No.
That's right.
We didn't realize you guys had a system called the Switch.
Maybe if
We
you'd
didn't
announced it
realize-
earlier, we would have known.
We
We're
just
using
wanted
it completely different. It's not a noun; it's a verb.
right. We want
in this case,
we want our fans to make the switch to
make the
PlayStation.
switch to PlayStation. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why didn't Xbox think of this?
it could
So
be
this is
the
a winner.
PlayStation Portable,
Ooh,
which would
I like it.
let people know that it is like a portable PlayStation.
Well, they should call it the PlayStation handheld, the PSH. Then they can say that it's.
What's up, guys? You in? Yeah, I
They
love
can
the
follow up. They could follow up PSSR.
Yeah,
The pish. Yeah, I'm pishing.
the PSSR.
Gone pishin'.
Are people just calling that the pisser?
Of course they are.
Okay, good.
Of course they are.
Okay.
All right. Enough with this PlayStation.
This has been a weird conversation.
This is weird. Let's talk about Shuhei Yoshida leaving Sony in January. So Shu Yoshida
Probably
has
in
been
shame
charged
after all this new portable got leaked.
part of their sort of indie outreach. Their team that helps discover indies and puts them on the PlayStation platform. Yeah, he's leaving the company in January. He's been there 31 years. And
Oh my.
you may remember him from the video with Adam Boyes where they talk
That's
about how to
The main thing I remember him from.
loan a friend a
Oh, yeah.
PlayStation 4 game. Yeah. Delivering the final blow on the Xbox One with that very short video. Yeah.
Boy, that really did mess them up, didn't it?
It did.
Feels like Microsoft never really recovered from that moment. Not in any real
No.
way.
They did not. Yeah. Amazing stuff. But Shu Yoshida, really good guy. If you've ever had a chance to interact with him or meet him, he's awesome and cares about indies a whole lot. Hopefully his sort of support of indie development will continue on after he is gone from Sony. Hey.
Wonder where he's going.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, because he said he wasn't retiring, right?
Not retiring. Yeah. So
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe he'll go to Xbox.
He loves indies so much, he's going to IHOP to develop more Indiana Jones themed breakfast treats.
So, maybe.
Never know.
We'll get some Indiana Jones, or I'm sorry, some IHOP merch based on indie games.
I mean, we already did. We got the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle collector cup.
Oh, I meant independent games.
Oh.
Where's my Cuphead cup?
Oh, yeah.
Could have done that. Where's my Ori and the Will of the French Toast?
Oreo and the
That
will
wasn't
of the
creative.
French toast. They could be Oreo.
Oh,
French toast.
Oh,
You see?
I like it.
You see? We're the perfect team.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, hey, Greg, you like the Sega Genesis?
Yeah.
Well, there are some new games that just
Love that
popped
you just
up.
brought up a big screen that said blood and violence.
Just popped up on NSO.
Oh, there it
Yeah.
is.
For the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. We got 3 new games:
Mm-hmm.
Toe Jam and Earl, Panic on Funkatron, Vector Man,
Yeah.
and Mercs.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So what do you think of that, Mr. Sega Genesis?
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
You
I
sound
don't-
genuinely enthused.
I don't have
Box-
strong
box
feelings about any of
quote.
those games.
Yeah, pretty
I mean,
awesome.
I feel like Vector Man is not a very good game. And
I would agree with that.
Is it not
Panic-
very good, or is it just hard? Like overly hard?
why not both?
Why not both?
And Panic Funkatron was okay, but it didn't really. I mean, even the creator wasn't crazy about that game. So, I
No.
feel like that says everything you need to know about that.
Yeah.
But it did look nice.
I
and it
was
did
so bummed.
retain a little bit of the charm of the original game, but
I loved the original Toe Jam and Earl so much.
Me too.
same.
And when part 2 came out, just a
Yeah.
big disappointment.
I
didn't
feel like
it
that's how
as
most
much.
people felt about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so different. It plays so differently, and it's
Well,
not
it's a-
nearly
Side-scrolling platformer.
it's not nearly as interesting.
Yeah.
Mercs I think is supposed to be pretty good. I've never played Mercs, so I guess now I might.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a
maybe you
decent decent port of the arcade game, and it has like a completely original mode that's unique to
it's a
that series.
sequel
So
to Commando.
yeah,
The Capcom
well,
game.
yeah. So it's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah.
But Sega collaborated with Capcom for a lot of those early arcade games on the Genesis. So Capcom didn't do the ports, but Sega always did a good job with them. So yeah,
true.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of over the whole trickling out supplies B tier games onto the NSO, but
are there any other games that you want to see on the Genesis side?
A whole lot, yeah.
Do you even remember what's
but
currently on
I don't
there?
even remember what's on there,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Exactly.
But I mean, I feel like a lot of them have been held out because Sega's reselling all that stuff, and I feel like there's another collection on the way because they just delisted a bunch of the Genesis games off Steam.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Because they had that sort of game room set up where you could, it was just this sort of 3D hub that you could buy Genesis games and it would populate the shelves in there and you could play them all. And those are all, if they haven't been delisted, they're being delisted.
Yeah.
So.
Well, speaking of being delisted, the NASCAR games are being delisted at the end of this month.
The terrible NASCAR games.
Yeah, from December 31st, all NASCAR game titles and their DLC content will no longer be available for purchase on all digital storefronts, but will remain available to play after this time. That's because iRacing has purchased the NASCAR license.
Yeah, so I mean, this was this is part of like the motorsport games saga, which has come to the came in and bought a bunch of licenses to different official motorsports, NASCAR being one of them. I think IndyCar, which I don't think a game ever materialized out of that. I think they had IMSA as well, who I think they did release a game for that, or Le Mans or something like that. But yeah, the NASCAR games that were released under their banner were pretty notoriously bad, bug-ridden, really in bad shape. I think they've actually skipped some years as well. They weren't doing much with that license, to the point that I want to say I remember seeing a story about at least some licensee taking their license back for motorsport games. But it's been, if you ever want some good reading, go look up the
drama
motorsport games saga. So yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised here. I'm having said all that, I might, if these get heavily discounted, I might buy them just to have them. But I am excited about what's going on here where iRacing has this license now. I know they've got a team working on NASCAR 25 using the iRacing engine, which is fantastic. I mean, it's sort of the the de facto stock car racing engine as far as video games go. And I know that there's a team working on NASCAR 25 that includes, I think, a fair amount of people from the NASCAR Thunder series, which was kind of when that series was at its peak, in my opinion. Back when Electronic Arts Tiburon down in Florida, the people who do Madden, they also did NASCAR out of that shop, and it was a really, really well done series. It was also at the peak of NASCAR's popularity too. It's and where NASCAR has been struggling, I think, for the last few years to maintain viewership, motorsport games completely mishandling the video game license can't have helped in any way. So yeah, glad, sucks that it's been like that for so long. Glad to see that it's no longer Motorsport Games' hands, because I do have faith that what's coming is going to be quite good coming in 2025. So yeah. Yep.
Cool. And finally here, we got a new Fortnite season that started today.
Oh my.
I believe, as we're talking, and it has Godzilla in it.
It sure does.
It does. Apparently,
that sure is Godzilla.
Godzilla on the map, on the main Fortnite map, and then apparently Godzilla, I don't know if the skin is out yet, but apparently it will be at some point for this season, chapter 6 episode, or no, I'm sorry, season 6, chapter 1.
So you
Yeah.
will be able to play as Godzilla.
We'll be able to play as Godzilla.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I
now
hope,
of course
I hope he's to scale.
in I don't think so. No. Human-sized Godzilla.
Yeah, so like a approximately 6-foot Godzilla.
Approximately that.
More of a Godzuki.
Yeah, well, and of course, Godzilla or Fortnite just added recently the ability to purchase and wear footwear, like brand shoes.
I see that. I'm watching him
So
rock out in some Nikes here.
You're
Godzilla's got
looking-
some fresh new kicks.
some fresh new kicks, exactly. And I haven't played Fortnite in a little while, but I have no interest in purchasing shoes for my characters. I have absolutely no interest in that. Yeah. But apparently
So
it's a thing.
are you still playing Fortnite, CJ?
I haven't played since the summer, I
Okay.
think. Yeah. I've been skipping seasons.
Hmm.
So yeah. I'll go back to it at some point. I've been playing more Fortnite Festival than Battle Royale. But now I think now they're combining all of the season passes. So if you play, like if I just play Fortnite Festival, which is the Rock Band equivalent, which now you can play, of course, with a guitar, with an instrument.
Oh, right.
You get progress in your regular season pass as well. So that's now that that's a thing, maybe I'll go do some of that. Not sure. Anyway, that is the news. So let's get on to what you've been playing. Greg,
Hi.
how about you start us off?
I have been playing Dragon Quest 3, Dragon Warrior 3,
Oh.
Dragon Quest 3.
Yeah.
I wrote Dragon Warrior in the outline though, because I'm old school. It'll always be Dragon Warrior to me because I got it for free. I didn't actually get it for free. My friend did. But yeah. Man, that game's so pretty. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So last week I mentioned that I was a little bit uncertain about whether I should focus on like when you start the game, you start as one main character. Like the game has one main character, and then you go just to this little like recruitment center to recruit a party. And I love that CJ is just all audio visual on this thing.
Yeah.
Just bringing up videos like crazy.
Making it a more interactive experience.
Why not?
For the folks watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this footage you captured yourself? Is this it's just a YouTube video?
Just a YouTube long play.
Anyway, so yeah, you play as like one main character, and then you go to this recruitment center at the beginning, and you can recruit sort of like a default set of 3 party members, or you can customize a little bit by recruiting different job types and things like that. But I mentioned last week that I was really, being weird about hoarding items to upgrade them, because I thought, well, does that mean that I'm going to be swapping out party members at some point? And I didn't really know. And I kind of looked around a little bit on the internet, but didn't really get any answer that helped me. So I reached out to John Riccardi. So I'm like, if anyone's going to know about details about a Dragon Quest game, he'll know.
Definitely.
That is true.
So I just reached out and I was like, hey, am I supposed to be swapping characters? Or he's like, no, like that default party you get is kind of like the default setting of the game. Those characters are with you for the whole game.
Okay.
So yeah. So he said, like, you can recruit different characters at the beginning, but that party's meant to be with you the whole game. So
okay.
So now
I just took the default.
Yeah, me too. Most people do, I think. But man, yeah, every time I can't get over how beautiful that game is. And I know I just keep saying that, but it really is true. The main thing it's got going for it. I was just in a fairy town, which feels like a little bit of a side quest. There's like this, when you go up north in the main continent, I'm only like 7 or 8 hours in. There's like sort of a main hub town that I'm still kind of doing one of the opening quests, and you go like to the west side of the map, and there's a tower there that you have to fight through. And I'd done all that, and I'd gone back to this town, and I'm supposed to go back south through this valley to return a crown to a king that I gained in that tower. But there was a town up north that I could see because of the way the map is set up, and it's like, well, I'm going to go see what's going on up there. and there's a whole other side quest there. It's like you go into this town and there's a curse and you need to go east so you can, or sorry, west so you can go to like a cave, which I just did that section, and then I found another fairy town over there, and like that's fine. That's pretty standard RPG, old school RPG trappings, but the way everything looks and sounds is just like, I just don't want to put this down. That's so good.
No kidding.
So pretty. And the fairy town was really pretty. So man, they got to do Final Fantasy VI like this so badly. It needs to happen. And then you know what? Then they need to do like Chrono Trigger.
Yes.
As well. Like let's just go for it. Square Enix, like just start picking out your best 8 and 16-bit RPGs and start doing this. There's a market. We want it. I will replay all that stuff if I can play it like this.
And it should, with the caveat that it needs to be with the care and attention to detail that this.
Well, I think that's the unspoken.
That's what we're saying. Just don't just crap it out.
No, they didn't.
We want a lot of half-assed ports, is what we're saying.
Yeah. Just,
but I don't think they will. I don't think they will.
Do a good job on it. Okay.
And I really hope that the Suikoden 1 and 2 remakes even remotely live up to this, because they're also fantastic games. So
yeah. Well, you know what this has me excited to play is the Lunar remakes too.
Oh yeah.
Victor Island doesn't like hearing you say that.
Well, too bad. Very excited about it. Yeah, I spent a whole bunch of time playing this on the Steam Deck, and it's such a fantastic game. And there's no difference between the day and night cycle, right? Because there is a day and night cycle that happens.
There is. I don't know if there's a different with the monsters that you get, but I know that different towns, like I know some towns will have shops and stuff that are only open in the evenings and things like that. And I think there's a whole town I've found that's like you're supposed to visit in the evening.
Okay.
So yeah, there are reasons for that. But I mean,
the other thing I've been doing is just wandering around the map, because there are some areas that are like you can go in and explore and they have items and stuff, but it's not like a town. It's not obvious, right?
Yeah.
You just kind of wander around and find it.
And that might change too based on going in between night and day, because a lot of those little areas also have monsters that you can recruit.
Oh, okay.
Because there's like a whole monster recruiting section. There's an arena in one of the earliest towns. Yeah. And so as you go out into the world, you keep running into different monsters. Actually, I ran into one in the fairy town that ran away from me because of my pungent odor, which was a little bit insulting. But
yeah.
Also have to say that the enemy names are so awesome. They're so punny. Have you been noticing that?
Yeah.
Like, the ravens are called raven lunatics, and there's like these zombie dobs that are called petrifidos or petrifidos or something like that. Like, I'm digging it.
Nice.
Every enemy name is a dad joke, and I am here for it. So cool. Yeah, but I think this is kind of the focus that I've got probably to the end of the year now, because all the other games that I was playing I've kind of put down. So I'm all about Dragon Quest 3 probably till the end of the year.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, it is really, really, really good.
Cool.
That's it. That's really all I've been playing.
That's all you've been playing. All right.
Yep.
Well, Phil.
Yes.
What do you have for us?
What's the deal?
Well, I kind of drifted away from Lego Horizon this week.
Yeah.
It's just starting to kind of feel like just kind of overly repetitive.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't enjoy a repetitive game. I mean, I play like the Musu games and such, but
yeah,
I don't know. Just I was kind of getting tired of the same routine, level after level. So I kind of drifted away from that and started dipping back into Ease 10
Ease
Nordics. So I've been playing a bit more of that, and oh look, there it is.
Wow,
CJ's got
on the ball.
Got the full game walkthrough. That's great. Make sure I want to see a lot of spoilers, CJ.
Okay, no problem.
That's okay. This part I've seen already. This is
the end of the video.
No, don't go to the end of I don't want to see the end of the video.
Okay.
This is fine.
Okay.
But I am enjoying it. It is I will say, in this, at the risk of getting CJ upset with me, I'm going to say
Yes.
that there's a little too much high seas havoc
Oh, there can never be enough
going on.
No.
The Genesis
know.
game?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as too much of a Genesis game.
I mean, you sit down and play Vector Man on the NSO for a couple hours and report back.
I'd still do it.
Really?
I'm not saying I'd like it, but I'd do it.
You're riding around on your ship, having little ship to ship battles.
Yeah.
Which, is fine. That's not why I play an Ys game. I want just more dungeon crawling.
Okay.
So, but I am still enjoying it quite a bit. So I'm, not much more to report on it.
Yeah.
Other than it's fun, and I am having a good time with it.
I like it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't had much time to play games this week in general. It's been kind of a busy week. I've been playing with my 3D printer.
Yeah.
So that's been eating up a lot of my time. So I'm sorry I don't have anything more exciting for you. I see.
You don't.
I see Bill in our chat saying he's glad to see everyone enjoying Star Wars Outlaws.
Right.
Maybe one day.
At some point.
Maybe one day now that they've updated it.
I want to like it. I want to like it.
Yeah.
But I haven't gone back to it. There's just too much to play.
It really is. But yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's really about it. Like I played a little bit of Mercs because that was available, and little things here and there. But yeah,
all right.
I didn't really have much time to sit down and go full bore into something.
Full board.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Thanks.
Hey, when does that Indiana Jones game that's tied into those?
We should go to IHOP and find out.
The French toast. When's that come out?
Comes out in a week, right? Yeah, it's like 7th or 8th. It comes out next week, but
okay, it's next week.
With a pre-order, if it's free on Game Pass, but if you purchase some kind of a deluxe edition, you can play it early.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I figure if I'm going to buy it, I will buy the PS5 version when that becomes available.
Yeah.
Which is sometime early next year. Is that correct?
Yeah,
so we're told.
Yeah.
March.
But I'll play it on the. I'll have to return on my Game Pass so I can download this and play it for a bit. I assume we're all going to play this.
Yes.
I'm planning on it.
I'm going to try to. It's a Machine Games game.
Right.
And I have not been able to play any of their Wolfenstein games.
Oh, that's right.
Because I get motion sickness from it. And so if this game has a field of view slider,
right,
which their Wolfenstein games don't for whatever reason, then I'll be able to play it. If it doesn't have it, then I'll probably have to skip out, because whatever their default setting is on their engine is Vomit Comet for me.
Well, hopefully they've made some changes.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't they like field of view sliders?
I don't know.
Why are they so precious about their field of views?
And it's one of those things where I have to, like, in the first few minutes of the game, I have to really like tune it in.
Oh, really?
Otherwise, I have to like take a day off completely.
Oh my!
Again, like the next day.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm not able to recover. Yeah, as long as I can turn off field of view, or I can adjust the field of view and turn off like footsteps, like the up and down movement.
Oh, right.
Walking.
The head bobbing
should be okay. So,
okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know what I did do this week though?
Do a whole lot of 3D printing.
A giant Oreo.
Yeah.
Look at that big ass Oreo cookie.
Now, legally, do you have to write "do not eat" on there at any point.
Well,
let's say somebody comes over to your home.
This is for my personal
an Oreo
use.
Cookie,
right?
And they think, oh well, it's been left here. I'll just go ahead and my teeth.
Yeah. Well,
you're looking at a lawsuit, sir.
Let me see here.
This is a weird conversation.
Let me see here. I'm looking at the box of filament for a non-toxic.
Does it say do not eat anywhere on the filament?
It does not.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess I'm just going to have to trust the people I allow into my home to not just pick up random things, even if they do resemble giant versions of food.
I mean, you've
attempt
got
to
like
eat
a
it.
triple threat there because you got that, you got the chicken McNugget Tetris, you've got the taco.
I do.
You've got got a lot of food
I don't know what
items
taco you're talking about.
Wait, you don't have a taco? Oh, that's
What are you tacoing about?
No, the Slurpee. The Slurpee.
I do have the Slurpee.
Okay.
I do have the Slurpee.
I think the taco was a fan made.
Yes. Yes. I do. The taco Tetris?
Yeah.
Yes, that was a custom design.
Doesn't mean you don't have it. It's still a thing.
I don't have it. I don't though.
Oh, but you don't have it. Okay.
That's the thing.
I know a guy though who could give that.
This Oreo, my giant Oreo here, which is 3 inches in diameter, is a replica, a 1/1 scale replica of a tasty treat from the mid 1980s.
Yeah.
Did you eat these back in the day, CJ? These are Oreo Big Stuffs.
Oh, I did.
Yes.
Which
were giant, individually wrapped Oreo cookies. And they were 3 inches diameter. This was the size. And they were the same. It was just an upscaled Oreo. It was not like, the cookie wasn't soft.
Upscaled to what? 4K or 8K?
It was just, it was 1080p.
Using
It was the
AI.
1980s. But
AI upscaling, and it has a face and eyes for some reason.
But yeah, it was just a giant Oreo. I would get one of these in my lunch every so often. My mom would pack one for me, and they were wonderful. And they stopped selling them because apparently parents didn't like the idea of feeding their kids a giant Oreo.
Why? Who knows?
And you know what? I
blame Nabisco.
Oh man, who else can you blame?
Fully on them.
I looked up the calorie count of these things.
Yeah, what is it?
They were apparently approximately the equivalent of eating 3 standard Oreos.
Oh, well, that's nothing.
Now that's also a 3D print that you have there?
This is
again, Phil.
I love that you bought a 3D printer and what you've done is print 3 Oreo cookies.
printing Oreos.
Phil, you realize that you can purchase those in a store and actually eat them.
But these are forever. These give me the satisfaction. You get that familiar hand feel, and you're certainly the mouth feel.
That's like putting checkers in your mouth, and not the fast food checkers. I mean the game. Although also the fast food checkers, because
you know what? Checkers
horrible.
Tastes better than a Switch cartridge. I'll give them that.
Probably tastes better than IHOP. Definitely tastes better than Burger King.
Well,
this episode is not brought to you by
any of those
IHOP,
restaurants,
any of those,
or Burger King. But that's what I've been doing with my time. Look, there's my 3D printer. It's right behind me now.
That's awesome.
You'll notice I've had to move. I was talking about how this thing vibrates so much.
Yeah.
But I couldn't keep it on my Lego table here. Where? Look at that. You can see what that is? That's the Deku tree. I'm building the Lego Deku tree.
Ooh.
Nice.
But it's too it wiggles and waggles too much for this rickety old table. But my cabinet back there, nice and solid. Perfect for my 3D printer. Now, Unicron is sitting on the floor here. I have
plans?
an end table that I ordered on its way. I need to stop buying toys that require furniture. Is something I am starting to
Yes.
realize.
Yeah. Yes.
But Unicron will soon be back on display in all his chaotic glory.
I see. Okay.
Anyway, that's that. How are you guys doing? You having a good time?
Yeah, sure. Who isn't?
Enjoying this holiday season in which we have now found ourselves?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
CJ,
Yeah.
what have you been playing? A video game?
Phil, I have been playing video games. Yes.
Okay.
I took some time.
Name one.
The
Hot
Legend
shot.
of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
Oh,
Look at
here comes
that.
the video.
All primed up and ready to go.
Primed up and ready to go. Yeah, I finished Echoes of Wisdom
Congratulations.
this weekend. Yeah. I have a connection with Zelda games and Thanksgiving. You know, I finished Ocarina of Time Thanksgiving weekend, so I was like, I should definitely finish The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom this weekend, and I did.
Nice.
So I finished the snow area, then went to the volcano, the Goron area.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah.
Last week on the show, you talked about you were stuck in a room.
Yes.
And Greg
did say that.
suggested beds.
Like a rat in a cage.
Beds.
And I said, that's probably true. It's probably beds.
Probably beds.
And post show,
Yeah.
not in our Patreon supported after show.
True. There's a bed
yours
right
every
there
week
in the video.
Yeah, there you go.
$5 tier.
Yeah.
But this was after we recorded. You posted a screenshot in our little private Slack channel showing the room, and I gave you what I believe was the solution I used to solve it.
Yeah.
Did you use that method and did it work?
Phil, I did use that method and it did work.
Oh, good. Okay. I
did not have to use beds.
I correctly remembered what you had to do.
Yeah. You see, in this particular puzzle, there was a puzzle where you had to hit 2 switches simultaneously. And
yes,
I had thought you had to use the fan from the room next to it as part of the puzzle.
Oh, I see.
And I thought I had to put like an item, like a rock on top of an ice block and then melt the ice block and the rocks would fall on the 2 switches.
That's not a bad idea.
And not a bad idea. But of course, once you leave a room, all of the things that you placed there go back into try and become energy again. So they're not permanent or anything. So that didn't work, and that's where I kind of stopped for the night.
I see.
Playing it. But I went back to it after asking you, how did you solve this? And I felt incredibly stupid because it was rather easy.
Oh yeah, it's easy when you got me telling you the answer.
No, that's true. That's true. Thanks for giving me the answers, Teach.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. But yeah, so I really enjoyed it, especially I think the run up to the end game. I thought there were some neat little bits. Here's the problem with this game. There's a lot that I like about it. I like the echoes. I like using that stuff. I like the graphic style, of course. And there are bits in this game that I think are super fun, super Zelda-y, but then there's like whole stretches where it just feels like, all right, now I'm going into a side-scrolling area. What's in the side-scrolling area? Any interesting puzzle? Not really. And then you get to the next room. There's not really anything interesting happening there. And then in a whole dungeon, there will be like 2 or 3 interesting puzzles, and then a whole bunch of not really that interesting puzzles. And I feel like they didn't really like build on some of the puzzles as well as previous Zelda games did. And maybe that's part of, having the freedom to place any echo you want anywhere. it doesn't feel like there's a progression anymore. But yeah, I was kind of feeling that. So I really do like the game. There are some really fun uh things about it. I liked the whole abominable snowman and the big brother thing. Like, thought that was fun. A little fun side story. Uh, I liked the Zoras, the two different kinds of Zoras, and that they're, not at peace with each other, and you know, teach them to love again. And I like that stuff. I like the stamp dude, of course.
Yeah.
But then there's like stretches that don't feel like they're fully realized, like the whole Dompe automaton thing. I only ever had the one.
Yeah.
The one thing. Because I didn't get the recipe for the second one. So
Right.
or I don't even know if there are more. There are probably
There are definitely more.
I didn't use them.
But yeah, I can't remember if I went out of my way to get a second one or if I had started to do that and then gave up because I realized I never used the one I had.
Yeah.
And it was like, and it involved like an extra step. Like you had to,
pretty useless. You place it down and it explodes.
But you have to like wind it up or something, right?
You have to wind it up too.
And aren't there like limited keys?
Yeah.
So it's like
didn't feel like it was worth it in the end.
It seemed like extra steps.
Felt like a whole lot of extra steps. When I have all these echoes here, I can just place those down.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure, they might die, but I can just place another one down.
Right.
And then the horse. So
yes.
in the trailers, they showed Zelda on the horse, and it looked cool. I used the horse all of 2 times,
right?
I think, and one of those was riding the horse back to the stable. Initially, like I didn't use the horse, and of course, horse, of course, yeah. You can call the horse with the carrot item is how you call the horse, and I didn't do that at all because I didn't feel the need to call the horse because there are so many different like warp points and checkpoints that there's just no need.
Right.
And I kind of wish that there was more point to having that. And then they have the Lost Woods, and I was like, oh, the Lost Woods, I'm gonna get lost in here. I didn't get lost in there at all.
Hence the name.
That is such a CJ complaint. I love that.
Not lost at all woods. I don't know. It was good. I did enjoy my time with Echoes of Wisdom. I think it's awesome that they're doing more of these side-scrolling Zeldas. I thought it was great that Zelda's the main character, and I just wish there was more reason to engage with some of the stuff in the game. Like
a lot of the
towns, like there wasn't really much reason to engage with any of the villagers.
Yeah.
There wasn't much reason to engage with Dompe and the automatons. There's not reason at all to engage with the farm and the horses.
No, use the spider. Use the spider.
He's yelling.
You
at
realize
the video.
I'm not playing.
Phil's yelling at the video.
There's a spider that puts out a web you can climb. Oh, idiot.
But yeah, I mean, I like so much about this game, but I feel like it was just lacking in a few areas.
Yeah.
I think everything you said is absolutely true. It feels like this was an attempt to graft the spirit of the like the Breath of the Wild sort of branch of Zelda games, but onto the more traditional
2D
overhead presentation.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel exactly the way you do. Except I didn't like it as much as you did. But
I feel also
it's very one note, and
I think it's got great music too.
It does.
I think the soundtrack is amazing in this game.
Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't. I haven't touched it in weeks. I stalled out at that point where the 3 rifts open up and you have to choose which one to go to, and I went over near one of them, and that was it. I put it down and
oh man, you should come back to it. I do think there is stuff in here that's good, but it's just so few and far between.
That's exactly my problem with it. There is stuff in there that's good.
Yeah.
But the gameplay loop, I was done with at that point. I just wasn't having any fun anymore. So
see, I don't think the good stuff is that in far between. I do think that you're right, CJ, in that a lot of the kind of side quest stuff feels a little tacked on.
Yeah.
You know, other Zelda games have a horse in there, so we gotta have a horse in there too, even though
Yeah.
there's really no reason to have a horse. You know, the Dompe mechanic thing is just kind of like,
what even is the reason for that?
Yeah, it's not necessary. You know,
unnecessary.
but like I still loved manipulating all the echoes to get through the dungeons.
I did too.
I thought that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I just didn't think, well, I mean, some of the puzzles were good, but I didn't think they were of the quality that I wanted.
Let me ask you about the end game bit. You'll recall I had some complaints about the end game.
Yes, I do agree with your complaints about the end game.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially the very last bit in
like the final boss fight.
The final boss fight.
It feels like you're just kind of there for the ride.
Well, and you have to keep moving because you get grabbed otherwise.
Right.
But other than that, you really don't need to do very much.
It feels like you're just there to set up Link.
Yeah, you're there to set up Link, and then was it just me, or did that final boss take a long time? It felt like it took longer than it should have.
I mean, were you...
Was I using the wrong echoes again?
Well, I mean, were you... Because a lot of that final boss fight, spoiler alert, I guess, it wants you to use the little thing where you shoot out, try to possessed things.
Yeah.
So like there'll be like a tentacle coming out of the wall.
I didn't do that at all.
That's why it took so long. Because it was taking me a long time at first as well.
Yeah.
But then I realized, like when there's like one of those like claw tentacle things or whatever coming out of the wall, you possess it and then pull it out.
Yeah, it makes sense as you're saying that now.
Yeah. And then Link has an opportunity to attack it.
Yeah. Well, this is my other problem with the game. It makes sense as you're saying that now.
Right.
Because the game is built on freedom and you can do whatever you want. I was using just basically my strongest echo.
Right.
And that's all I did in that boss room.
Did you know there's a Hylian version of that Lee Greenwood song?
That doesn't surprise me. Did he record it himself? I hope.
Did AI write it? Yeah.
Did AI write any of them? Probably.
Well, so anyway, yeah.
Somehow you can still, if you're way up on top of Death Mountain, you can still see Detroit, which is nice.
Yeah. I enjoyed the game. I did enjoy the game.
Yes.
It's not.
But yeah, so that the result, because see, you were trying to play that final boss fight as though you were still the main character.
Yeah, and that was not
boy, that was a mistake.
And
that's not how things go.
And yeah, the way that fight is designed is that you are now just making sure the boss is vulnerable so that Link can attack it, which I was just like, well, that's
dumb.
That's not what I want from a game where I'm playing as Zelda. I don't want to suddenly have to
Too true.
To give up all of my character's agency so that the series' real star can,
Yeah. Yep. Well, anyway, so I beat Echoes of Wisdom.
Congratulations.
I don't know that I'll go back to do any like side quests or anything like that. But
no, I mean, why would you?
Why would I? Exactly. And then
go get those down pay mechs you're never going to use.
Yeah, exactly. Unlock all those for what reason? Not sure.
And now we're watching Void Crew 1.0.
We are watching Void Crew 1.0. So I picked Void Crew up during, it's on sale during the Steam Autumn sale, but I think it's also on sale because this is an early access game that just reached 1.0. And I had been watching this game because it's essentially like Sea of Thieves, but in space. Yeah.
So Space of Thieves.
Space of Thieves, which, you it's a multiplayer game primarily where you get up to 4 friends with you. And of course, I roped in our good friend Mike and then one of our Sea of Thieves crew members to play Void Crew, and had a whole bunch of fun with it. So it's a roguelite game. You assemble a crew, decide on a ship, and there are different loadouts of ship. And then you hop in and go on these missions. And there are various types of missions, maybe like an escort mission. Maybe you're ambushing an enemy ship. Maybe you're trying to destroy enemy satellites or retrieve an artifact from an alien outpost. And you have to do everything on the ship. It's very manual in that you have to power up the ship. Like all of the ship's systems are manual, including like you have to power on the guns and also put ammunition into the gun to be able to shoot it. And so it's almost like Sea of Thieves meets Overcooked meets Elite Dangerous meets whatever. Oh, Star Trek Bridge Crew. Big Star Trek Bridge Crew vibes, actually.
That actually
When-
makes me want to try it.
When playing this. Big time. And my role on the ship was as gunner. Mike was the pilot, and then Chateau, our friend, was like in between. He was also a gunner, but also an engineer, switching power to different systems so that we could like use the tractor beam to reel in items and things like that. So really interesting game. It's 1.0. This is not out on console yet. It's PC only. But they do have full controller support on it now. And yeah, really, really enjoyed it.
Cool.
Really had a lot of fun with it. And you can kind of, decide what mission you want to do. And you can fabricate new modules for your ship using alloys and
Aloy?
using alloys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different
Ashley
game.
Birch comes in and tells you all about it. Yeah. Super fun. Anyway, yeah, Void Crew on Steam. It's a 1.0 now. Yeah, kind of a mix of Sea of Thieves, but in space, and super enjoyable to play with friends.
Neato.
Yeah,
It does
and
look
that's-
nice.
It looks very good. It's an indie game actually too. This is being put out by Focus Home Entertainment or Focus Entertainment, and it's part of their indie label. Yeah. But it's got ship combat. I know you love ship combat, Greg.
I do love ship combat.
I know you like it.
It's true.
It's like a modern day Wing Commander.
Yeah. Oh, and you repair parts of your ship by doing a little mini game. Repair the ship. It's great. But anyway,
Interesting.
Void Crew is the name of that, and it's on sale for the 1.0 release. I think that's it for what you've been playing. So I guess that means it's time for tweets.
A tweedle-a-diddle-a-dee. A tweedle-a-diddle-a-dee. Tweet.
All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias Okatok's Lawyer, who says, just finished Tomb Raider Definitive Edition after giving it a pass after the original release. It was good, if a bit graphic. Any games you guys passed on during any games you guys passed on during their original release but picked up later and really enjoyed? I'm going to say Like a Dragon.
Right. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean that's
my answer to this.
That's probably mine too. I mean, I didn't pass on it.
Yeah, well, I played a little.
Just took a while to play it.
Out.
Exactly. Yeah. It just kind of sat on my backlog for a while until I finally said I'm gonna actually sit down and play this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be my answer as well.
What about you, Greg? What do you got?
I can't really. I don't know. I
coming to any games late.
I mean, I'm sure I have, but like, yeah, I didn't pass. I can't think of anything I passed on. I'm kind of the same way as Phil because I, used to buy anything I was remotely interested in, which just led to a giant backlog. So
Right.
there are plenty of games
Yes.
I own that I just never played, but nothing's really jumping to mind here.
Okay.
Sorry.
I guess Fortnite could be one of mine too. I didn't jump into Fortnite until Zero Build
Right.
came out, and then I was all about it for a little while. So, yeah. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias, Mr. Mazer, who says, Now you've all finished Alan Wake 2. Yeah, I think only one of us has.
I haven't even
And
played it.
Does it say all finished? I thought I read this. I don't think it said all.
It does say now
It
you've all
says
finished
all
Alan
finished
Wake 2.
Alan Wake 2. Interesting.
Will you be delving into the Control universe? So I guess he's just asking that to you, Greg, because you're the one who has finished Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, I mean, probably eventually. Actually, that might be a game that I skipped out the first time and pick up later. But I mean, I kind of feel like I delved into the Control universe a little bit by playing the DLC, the first DLC chapter. But no, I would like to. I really love their games. But I happened to skip over that one when it came out, and I haven't really gone back. And it's actually one of the, I think, only games of theirs that I've skipped out on since the first Alan Wake, because Quantum Break I did play through as well. So
that's a good game.
Yeah, so I didn't like it as much as Alan Wake, but
got a lot of shit when it came out, but I thought it was good.
But anyway, yeah, I do want to play Control, but it's about having the time to do it, which just never feels like it's going to happen. So, yeah.
I see. All right, well, let's wrap up with this question from Hacker Elias Mudron, who says, any of you guys paying extra to get early access / beautiful new ball gowns for Indy to wear in the new Indiana Jones game this week? So
no.
Indy comes out in a week.
Yeah.
And if you purchase, I don't think you have to purchase the whole game. I think you can just upgrade to the premium version and then play it early, but that's like $30 or something, right? Play it early. I don't think I need to, but there's too much that I'm already playing.
Yeah.
And I need more time for that stuff.
Do you actually get a ball gown for Indy?
I don't know that you do.
Like the one he gave Marion? Is that what the reference is?
I'm thinking like anything goes.
Actually, Indy didn't give her the ball gown. That was Belloc, but
let's say.
I don't know. Does it say what you get?
The brand new dress from Paris?
No, it's just like it's like the Temple of Doom outfit.
Oh.
And his suit that he wore in Last Crusade.
Oh, well,
you don't get to.
That's not as exciting.
No Willie Scott.
And also the game is in
Club Obi-Wan.
So you're not really going to be seeing a whole lot of that unless it's during the cutscenes, which I guess.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I always find that those special outfits and things make cutscenes look stupid. More often than not, you know what I mean? Like, it just looks ridiculous now.
Yeah,
looks like they completely out of place.
Like I love in like the Spider-Man games how they have all the different.
Yes.
Right.
You know, like you get
the one with the bodega cat.
Yes, or like the one where it's like cell shaded, like the Spider-Verse movie, or even like the big like Daft Punk LED light helmet. Cool.
And everybody around him is still acting serious as a heart attack.
Yeah.
And he looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
like my initial playthrough, I want the I want
Spider-Man one. Like I would pick other outfits, but normally not ones that were a little bit too outlandish. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
If it turns out that I can actually play this, I may be interested in purchasing additional content for it. But yeah, we'll have to see. I don't really care about the 3 days early access though. I only care about that if it's named Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Okay.
Which I did pay for early access on. But it was like a week. It was like a full week of early access. So yeah.
That's like a whole extra game.
That's like, yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
That's it. That's the show.
Oh?
Yeah. We're done.
I hope this Indiana Jones game is good.
I hope it is too.
I like the Wolfenstein games, so
yeah,
that bodes well.
It does.
So we'll see.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you've heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on various social media sites like Threads and Blue Sky. Or if you like to use internet websites like the olden days, you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find a crotchety old WordPress site that houses blog entries about Sega CD stuff, our contact information, Generation 16 episodes, and show notes and links to all the things we talked about. There's even a link to our Discord server there where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
But just this episode.
Just this one.
Try to discuss anything else and the site boot you.
Banned.
Discord will delete your account.
Yeah.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening app. We're also on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1 Podcast, where you can see all of the video content that CJ has been sideloading onto this while we talk.
Yeah.
Or you can watch us live most weeks on the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Twitch.televisions. Just follow one of our many social media accounts to find out when we are doing our next live show. Typically, it is Sunday evenings at 5:30 specific time. So join us, won't you? And I'll tell you what, if you like what you've heard, and how could you, head over to patreon.com/P1 Podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. Filament ain't cheap. And I need to print up so many giant novelty foods. And I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this.
The filament.
Oh, there it is. That's what you can, that's the little rhyme you can put in your head. When you're handing over your hard-earned money, knowing that it will go to create giant fruit snacks.
Yep.
Giant
and Phil needs some filament.
So we can print out a giant Little Debbie Christmas tree. I do want to make a giant Little Debbie Christmas tree. It's that time of year. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone getting a whole Lee Greenwood.
Do you ever have those
we're gonna get DMCA'd.
Lee Greenwood's coming after us.
Copyright strike this episode.
And then he's gonna steal those lyrics.
It's parody, it's fair use.
Okay.
We are legally in the clear. As long as we don't mention Detroit. That's the sign. Now, what we will, of course, be using your Patreon funds for is to keep our show running and streaming and all that stuff that CJ handles. So, we would certainly appreciate it.
CJ deals with.
Yeah.
Grown-up stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't want to. I can handle making the fake cookies.
The show's accountant, because we have one of those, making me do like some business stuff, making sure I do business stuff before the end of the year.
Exactly.
There's like a form I have to fill out. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
At least one.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we don't have to.
No.
Nope.
Bill Mudron in our chat talking about the greatest holiday TV commercial of all time, by the way.
Yeah.
Got to make a Fred Flintstone bowl to share your pebbles with Santa.
Mm-hmm. Listen.
Yeah.
Talking about holidays.
Yeah.
I think we should put the call out to our listeners. We need to record a Christmas song, boys.
We do.
And
I got a perfect one.
Has anyone got some ideas?
Season's greetings in our souls. Yummy fruity pebbles in our bowls.
Ho, 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 I'm hungry.
Santa? Bonnie, my pebbles. Happy holidays,
I can't
Fred.
decide if that's a good Fred Flintstone
Bonnie?
or a terrible Fred Flintstone.
What are you talking about there, Bon?
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that ain't too bad there, Bon. Come on, Freddy. Come on, Freddy boy.
But can you do the Barney Rubble laugh? That is not at all the Barney Rubble laugh.
No, I cannot do Barney's laugh. I'm sorry.
Anyway, hey listeners, send some suggestions. I'm not saying we'll do one of them, but I'm not saying we won't.
You know what I want to do? But I was actually looking and I was not able to find a karaoke version of it. Is the song Barbecue from Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. The amazing Jim Henson production. Did you ever see Emmett Otter?
No.
You guys have never seen Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas?
No.
Oh my goodness. Step 1, go watch Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
I really don't feel like that's something I'm going to do.
Step 2, try to get the song Barbecue out of your head, because it ain't going to happen.
Okay.
Good stuff. It's good stuff.
All right.
If you like old Muppet stuff, it's well worth a watch.
I do.
Well, then go watch Emmett Otter, man.
Okay.
Anyway. What was I saying?
We were talking about the Patreon.
Oh yeah, the Patreon. So yeah, we got a Patreon. Go give us your money. I'll tell you what though, friendos. We're getting back on track now.
There we go.
If you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 tier,
cheap,
you gain special access to a weekly bonus episode. We record it right after this, where we play games, crack wise, having fun, doing all that stuff we can't do on the regular show. CJ.
Yeah.
Do we have a game this week?
Phil, we do have a game this
week.
week. Yes.
Good God. Really?
Yeah. It's because you mentioned the Battle for Naboo.
Oh,
in the previous Jeopardy that we have a game for this week based upon that reference, or based upon you saying Star Wars Battle for Naboo every N64 game we couldn't remember.
So is every answer going to be Battle of Naboo?
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Is it a quiz just about Naboo?
I don't know.
The planet?
I'm not sure. We're gonna
Okay.
find out together, Phil.
Is this a listener sent in quiz?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know what to expect, but please look forward to it.
Yes.
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 Look forward to it.
Yes.
By the way,
Mr. Wayne.
my daughter giggles uncontrollably when I do the Bane voice.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
She loves it.
You like showing your kid inappropriate things? Has she watched the Harley Quinn show?
No, she has not watched the Harley Quinn show. She does really like Harley Quinn, though.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn's pretty cool.
Because we've now gone through 2 seasons. Well, no, we've gone through the entire first season of the Batman animated series, which, by the way, is 65 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's how they used to do it back in the day.
Yeah, it's
You needed
syndicated,
65 episodes to be syndicated.
Yep.
65 episodes. Fantastic show all the way through, by the way. Just great.
Of course.
And we're moving on to season 2. I think we're done now with 2 seasons of Superman the animated series as well.
Okay.
So, and we've watched the entirety of what's available with My Adventures with Superman, which she loves.
Good.
She's a huge Jack Quaid fan now.
Oh, between that and Lower
Total
Decks?
Recall?
And Lower Decks, yeah. Lower Decks, we're on season 3 of Lower Decks.
Okay.
And loving that show.
Has Talin showed up yet? The Vulcan lady?
Yes.
Okay.
In one episode.
Okay, she becomes a regular
Yes.
part of the main cast.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
And that's when it comes alive.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
it's
already great.
It absolutely is, but Talin slots in very well with the main cast.
One of the episodes we just watched had a reference to the First Contact movie.
Oh, good.
Nice.
And I was like, we should watch First Contact.
Yeah.
And I bet my daughter would really like it.
She probably would. That's a
fantastic movie.
It's a very action-packed Star Trek movie.
It is.
It was a good movie.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm looking forward to.
Anyway, we have a quiz.
We have a quiz.
That's the important part.
It has something to do with Star Trek or something. I don't remember.
Battle for Naboo.
Battle for Naboo.
That's Star Trek, isn't it?
Homeworld of the Gungans.
Yes.
Anyway, join us for that, won't you? And I'll tell you what, if you have a couple bucks left over, why don't you go to patreon.com/Greg Seward to help support Greg's outstanding, and it is outstanding, web series about North America's favorite runner-up, the Sega Genesis.
Thank you, Phil. And if you are a supporter of the $3 variety,
Ho, 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 I'm hungry. Santa! Bonnie, my pebbles! I don't do a very good Fred voice.
your Fred voice isn't quite as good as Phil's. No.
Sorry.
No. Must have got a bit of
it's also
brimstone
cheap.
stuck in your teeth. Yes, thank you.
It's also cheap.
You get early access to all my videos. In fact, this
No.
coming Saturday is the early release of a 3DO video I've been working on.
Oh,
Yeah.
3DO.
That's not a
that's
Sega
kind of
Genesis.
fun. No, it's not.
what's the deal?
You should watch the video and find out.
Oh my
You've
God,
got
is it about-
access, Phil?
I do.
Yeah.
I am a
Yeah.
proud patron
Mm-hmm.
of
too.
Generation
You both are.
16.
You both are.
Yeah.
And I watch the videos.
Yeah.
I do too. Come on.
Yes, CJ does too.
I know. We're just having fun. We're just goofing.
Just joshing you.
Yeah. Giving you a little light ribbon.
Ribbed for CJ's pleasure.
Sure.
All right, that's all I got.
That's your plug.
That's it. Yep.
Okay. Well, you know what though? I'm genuinely curious about this 3DO video. I'm looking forward. When does
All
it come
right.
out?
On early access this coming Saturday. 7.
Okay.
7.
Okay. I know what I'm doing this Saturday then. Is that it then?
I think that's it.
CJ,
Yaha.
thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
Of course. Gregory.
Yo.
Thank you as well.
Thank you, Philip.
Obviously. And as per usual, a big old thank you to you, our wonderful, wonderful listeners, every single darn one of you. As always, please take care of yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. And we hope to see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.